Welcome to Knitty. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Chef Life Knitty coming to you with actually my first episode of Chef to Entrepreneur. This is me going outside the kitchen and speaking to people outside. This is me going outside the kitchen and speaking with other young individuals that's like-minded when it comes to business and thriving in what they love to do. Today I have a very good friend of mine, Mylan, from Mylan Massages, and we're going to dive into her history, why she became a massage therapist, and everything right there. So, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for doing this with me. Like, it means a lot to me. To be honest, it means a lot, you know. So, tell me where you from. What got you into? What was that thing that really got you into becoming like a massage specialist?
I don't know what got me into being a massage therapist, but I'm from the Bronx, New York. I've been in Atlanta for almost 2 years now. What got me into doing massages, I have no idea, but I've done massages since I was 12. I started getting paid for them when I was 15. Not supposed to do that, but you know, I was working on friends, family, and stuff like that, and they just wanted to tip me. It's not like I had a set price, but I've been doing this for almost 8 years now, professionally. It's always been a passion of mine, like always. I love the human body. I love helping people. I can tell what's going on with anybody just by analyzing them. So I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
I'm happy that you're doing this, you know, especially in this era, in this time period where young black entrepreneurship is really thriving and people are taking what they love to do and not just working for somebody, but working for themselves, you know, and you have a very beautiful location, a very beautiful space, you know, that you made your own. And just knowing you for a few years now, you know, especially seeing you through Instagram and everything, and the way you leveled up from what you was to where you are now, you know, it's inspiring to me personally, not just to black women, but just to anybody. It's inspiring to me too, to become a better chef, because I see, okay, they're like-minded individuals that no matter what lane they're in, they want to thrive in it. You know, this is like a brick and mortar. This brick and mortar for you pretty much is like a stamp of, and it actually shows people that this is what you really want to do, you know, and that builds up trust as well. So definitely congratulations with your location and everything. So, at what age was it when you started to think, what was that first, like, what was that first feeling when you did your first massage? Professional. Like, as far as, like, what was that one moment that you had where you was like, you know what, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I have no idea what moment. I don't know. I feel like when I was 12, when I did my first massage, that was to my dad's girlfriend at the time, I was just finding all of her points. And she asked me, how do you know where my attention is? I'm like, I have no idea. I'm just rubbing on you, to be honest. So after that, I loved it. I just started working on people after that and then started teaching myself about the human body.
See, that's an amazing thing. And that's one thing I find is that, especially a lot of young entrepreneurs, we tend to find what we love to do at a very young age. Like me personally, like, I realized I love cooking. It was a Thanksgiving when all my family got sick, you know, and I always see my grandfather cook. I always see my grandmother cook. So I just felt like, you know what, I'm a cook. And once I cooked everything, my family is now like unsick and they ate everything, you know, but that feeling I had, it was like, this is, you know, it made me so happy to make other people happy.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when I realized, you know, I'm a rider to the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
So it's cool that you felt that at a very young age. Very cool. So, what made you actually open up the brick and mortar to what we see today?
I'm not gonna tell what really made me do it, but I was sitting with my friend not at the time because she's my girl, but I was sitting with her and we was brainstorming, and then I don't know. I went home that night. This was around November. I went home that night and just sat down and did my LLC. I was like, huh. And then my establishment date is 12/12/2022. So all those twos just let me know that my business is gonna go far. And I am very big on spiritualness and listening to what the universe has to offer to me. And I'm glad that I can understand what's going on now, being that I'm really big on energy and my surroundings. I'm very in tune. If I touch you just one time, I already know what's going on with you. So I just love what I do. And the more that I tap into my, what should I say, my time right now, I should say, I'm feeling more. I really can't explain what I'm feeling, but it's definitely able to hear what the universe has to offer. And it's not me anymore. I'm not listening to myself anymore. I'm listening to what I need to listen to, which is my higher self.
Mm-hmm. Justin, that's one thing I always say, especially like I said, resorting back to me being a chef.
Mm-hmm.
It's like cooking, you know. It's like there's moments where it's like you zone out, you know, and it's almost like you're watching yourself like perform, you know, and it's like a higher connection. And that's me personally. I'm a very spiritual person, and I feel like that's when you do become one with God, when you really do what He called you to do. Like a lot of people, I find they do what they love, and then you got a lot of people that don't do it, even though they love to do it, you know, and that eats away at them. For example, I know some people that, especially where I'm from in Harlem, they could paint like Picasso, but they probably afraid that their friends might joke on them, you know? So, but at the same time, when they do it, it makes them the happiest I've ever seen them. You know, so it's like I don't know, it's like I said, like you said, it's an energy, you know? Once you become connected to that godly energy, it's a wrap, in whatever lane you choose, you know? So, as a chef, right? I want to know what are some ways where I've been a chef for 15 years, 16 years now, roughly, right? And my biggest issues are my hands, you know, and I feel like there's been years where I developed carpal tunnel where I couldn't even cut for maybe like a year or two. So maybe, what are some ways that you could tell other chefs that they could figure themselves out, or somebody else could help them with easing that pain or reducing the chances?
Well, this might sound crazy, but first start with meditation. Start listening to your body, because your body will definitely tell you what it needs. It always speaks to you. You just don't know what to listen for. And you guys use your hands a lot, and your forearms and your rotator, which is around your scapula, your pecs, your traps, all of that helps move your arm, or even move your shoulder blade, is all the rotator cuff. But mainly you have your fingers insert in your armpit. So if you're not stretching out your rotator and opening that up, all of this is going to get tight, and you're thinking it's coming from your hands, and it's really not. That's just a trigger point. It's telling you where you need to go.
Because a lot of times I find myself massaging like my wrist or like my lower thumb area. But now you're telling me it's upper shoulder area.
Yes, and if you ever have hand problems, follow your fingers. This is your thumb, and this is your pinky, and this is the rest of your fingers, and then it flips. And then it's always crisscross. So say if your right side of your lower back is hurting, check your psoas, and then check the left side of your shoulder. It's always opposite. Always. And everything runs through your glutes, so definitely stretch those out.
That's why one thing when I go to my gym, you know, I have a friend, and sometimes he'll help me train and everything, and he always said, your abs and everything is the one thing you can train every day. You got to make sure you do your sit-ups or your push-ups. So you got to work it out every day because that keeps a lot of the blood running and the pressures from building up to the rest of your body. So what you're saying, it falls in line with what he said, and that's cool. So tell me, what's one of the toughest things you witnessed as an entrepreneur or as a massage therapist?
I've known how rude people are, but actually being a massage therapist for myself and taking appointments on myself instead of having LCs or ARDs, which is front desk reception, take appointments. People are really rude. I don't even get people that say hello or how are you doing. I literally have to say, hey, how are you? I'm Linasia. How can I help you? You know, so it's really rude in here. So I just have to let people know that I work for myself. Text me. I have a phone. You know, it don't always have to be phone calls. And another thing is being a massage therapist, we really can't tell people how to live because that's none of our business. We just have to help you while you're on our table. But definitely female-wise, it's hot now, so start paying attention to your body, okay, especially down there, and exfoliate for everyone, okay, because it's hot, your skin comes off, all right, it doesn't feel too nice. So that could be the hardest thing, is not being able to tell people what they need to do for their body, because we can't. We can only tell them what we can tell them for their body in the midst of what we're working on.
Oh, wow. So you can't even give people information that could help them. Wow, that's...
Because we don't want to insult people, and then it's very easy for us to lose our license. So we got to be really, really careful. School is really important for massage therapists, because we got to learn the body inside and out. We got to learn all the laws. We got to learn pathologies and diseases, because we got to know what stuff look like. A lot of people won't tell you that they have breakouts on their skin because they don't know what it is. So we got to be able to let people know if they need to go to the hospital and everything. So it's very intense. But once you get the hang of it, it's very rewarding.
That's very cool. I never personally knew, just from the outside looking in, that it gets that intensive and deep.
School is very important.
I feel like school is important for anything you do, you know, so very especially important. If you love to do it, then go to school. Yeah. That's when you really gonna win. Yeah. You know. But make sure you love to do it first. Then
Absolutely.
Go to school. Don't go to school and then try to love it. You gotta love it, then go to school. That's the only way it works. Waste
time and money.
And what? So, listen,
I don't got time for that.
I've seen so many people, especially in culinary. It's funny because I had a chef, and my first day of school ever, college, right? He said, there's 50 people in here. At the end of the semester, it's probably going to be 10 of y'all. And everybody laughed. Everybody laughed. But then, at the end of the semester, it was 9 of us.
That is so funny.
Because you realize, you said nobody understand how, everybody loves to cook, but once people start realizing how to become a chef, they realize, nah, I don't want to be that. I just want to be a cook. You know, and things like that is real. It's real, super real.
Absolutely.
Super real. So tell me, what are some sages that, not sages, what are some aromas that helps relax the body and the mind? What are some aromas that you would suggest to people?
Frankincense is a good one. I'm not big on lavender, but lavender is good. Don't smell aromatherapy if you're pregnant. Please do not smell aromatherapy if you're pregnant, especially lavender, because that relaxes your uterus. And
wow, that's crazy.
Eucalyptus, if you have really bad allergies, don't do too much of it because it will make you sneeze, but it will also open up your sinuses. Also hitting different points on your face will definitely help open up your sinuses. Also, the midpoint of your back is trigger points for your breathing. Also, breathe from your stomach, not your lungs, because you have to move your diaphragm, and your lungs is an organ. So constantly working at it's going to shut down. Breathing from your stomach is how you're really supposed to breathe. So definitely work on that, because a lot of people don't know how to breathe. That's where asthma and stuff come from. That's where heart attacks come from, because you're overworking those muscles that protect your heart. So, a lot of different
I'm getting a whole education right now. I love it. I love it. This is why I like doing stuff like this. This is why a person want to do stuff like this, because I could talk all day about being a chef, but in this type of situation, I feel like I'm actually learning, and that's what I like to do. I'm very big on learning, so just learning all this stuff that you need to know just to be a massage therapist is very cool. I like that. You never know, you might be inspiring the next 10, 20, 30 people that, realize they might love doing this, and that's a very cool thing. I like that. Definitely keep going on everything you're doing, because like I said, you could change the world one back at a time.
One back at a time. One body system at a time.
Listen, you'd be surprised, like, just getting the blood flowing again, properly, like, could keep blood clots away, especially combining that with eating and healthy, So it's very cool.
Yes, it's good to start out massaging your babies and let them grow from there. Okay,
So what are some simple massages that babies like you can do for a baby?
Well, just flushing them, just massaging them, like when you give them a bath. Just take extra time to massage them infant wise. You can set up a pillow. You can put your feet like in a diamond shape and put a pillow right here, and then let the baby lay on your feet. That would be a good way to massage them, and put some soothing music on, and just get in the habit of relaxing them.
That's very dope. That's very, very dope. You hear that? Your mothers or fathers, this is some amazing advice. So definitely listen to this, because these are little gems, and I like that. So what are some things that I would say, what was the best moments of your, I asked you what was your worst moment. What was your best moments of your professional career?
I've worked on some famous people. That was fun. I want to work on a lot of famous people. I've healed so many people, and just working on people and seeing how, because you get results right on my table, right? Within 30 minutes, you will get a result with whatever you have going on. Because I listen to the human body, and I listen to whatever you tell me. Just telling me that you have an ache in your finger will let me know what's going on with your body. It's very funny. So, I've helped people that have like hunched over like this. It took 2 years, but they came to see me every week or every 2 weeks and got 2-hour sessions. And now they're standing up straight with no problem. So I definitely help a lot of people. So, yeah.
What's the most common area people as a whole ask to work on?
Rotator and glutes. A lot of people don't know that most of your fingers and everything run through your rotator. So people are hunched over thinking it's coming from their back and their pecs, when it's really, you have to open up your shoulder blade. Your armpit, to actually get that blood flowing, because it's a lot of lymph nodes in there, and it's a lot of things that's in there that can help keep you closed off. So
that's crazy.
Shoulders and everything.
That's crazy, because as a chef, I feel like that's my biggest problem. Is just like my arms, pretty much the upper body.
I can tell just by looking at you.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. These are some good tips. These are some good information. And you said the glutes as well. Why the glutes?
Yes, because everything runs through them. The glutes are supposed to be the loosest thing on your body. They can be firm, but they're not supposed to be hard. They're not supposed to be tight. So doing a lot of glute stretches, you can find those on YouTube for men as well. Just type in glute stretches for men. And just sit on the floor with, start out 5 minutes on each side and stretch your glutes out. And how you stretch is, you sit there. If you feel tightness, you sit there till the tightness go away, then you stretch deeper. You're not supposed to get up or switch to stretch. You're supposed to, until you can touch the floor, that's when you get up. But start out 5 minutes and get used to what you're supposed to get used to. Your body goes through memory, so it's very easy to retrain your body. You just have to know how to retrain your body. So, yeah.
That's very cool. That's very, very cool. This is very dope. I like this conversation, because I feel like I'm going to go home and I'm going to practice a lot of these things that you taught me. And hopefully the viewers and everybody who's listening and seeing this could practice these things too, because like I said, good health and knowing your body, it could lead to a very long life, and as a chef, I feel like I could do my part in teaching people how to be healthy, and as a massage therapist, I feel like you're doing your part to teach people how the body works and how to keep your blood flowing and your body stretched and relaxed, so the pressures won't get you, a good mind and a good soul, and a good body, that's the Holy Trinity right there, so that's really cool, but I'm not going to keep you too long, I'm very happy that we was able to have this conversation, if you can tell the viewers your tags, everything you have going on, what's next, and we'll be out of here.
You can find me on Instagram at Mylan Massages LLC, and that's MYLAN Massages. I'm also on Groupon and I'm on Google. Just hit me up. I love meeting new people, so I have no problems. I hit up everybody. I don't miss nobody's messages. So definitely hit me up. We can talk about my prices. If you like discounts, I definitely advise you to go to Groupon because I don't give discounts. So yeah.
And you shouldn't. Listen, that's one thing. Especially with us as entrepreneurs, there's a reason why everybody got their price, and for people to come in and be like, oh, let me get a discount and this and that, it's like, man, listen, you can't do that. You can't do that, especially now, because once that happens once, it's like people expect it all the time, and now it's like you end up losing as a business, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's like the more you ask for discounts, the more you tend to lose as a business. But that's not here nor there. Once again, I'd like to thank Ms. Mylan for coming and allowing me to be in her sanctuary, And world, look out for her. This has been the very first episode of Chef to Entrepreneur, and thank you so much for doing this interview.
You're very welcome.
Welcome to Knitty.